Rose. What a great opening episode. I actually remember the first time someone showed it to me, I was not that impressed. I thought the effects looked rough and the humor just did not vibe with me. I don't know if I've become more mature or if my love of the show has retroactively changed my opinion, but this episode is freaking great. From the opening moments, we're thrown right into the life of Rose Tyler, set to a great score by Murray Gold. One thing I just adore about this first season of Doctor Who is just how unromanticized it is. Rose lives in a dingy, messy apartment that doesn't look anything like a film set. It just adds so much to that believability factor. She works in a shop, she takes the bus, I just love it. Billie Piper's performance also adds so much. She gives off such a casual and at times self-deprecating energy that I can relate to. She really is that audience surrogate. However, after this introduction to her character, the show gives its viewers complete whiplash by just changing the vibe all of a sudden. The moment Rose walks into that back room looking for Wilson, big rip by the way, the atmosphere changes to horror. I feel like this really sets up the way that the show will later change genres on a dime. Good grief, some of those later episodes can make me switch from laughter to tears at a moment's notice. After Rose is stalked by the swole mannequin, we're finally introduced to our doctor. We immediately get the vibe that this doctor is more action-oriented. In fact, by giving us villains made of plastic, the show actually allows for some surprisingly violent moments in this first episode, like when the doctor rips off the arms and heads. But what really stands out to me about this doctor is his sassy, brooding personality. Eccleston gives this role his all, and it really pays off. People consistently consider him one of the best doctors, even though he only had 13 episodes. His delivery is just so sarcastic and straight up hilarious.
Hold on, hide what?
The transmitter. The consciousness is controlling every single piece of plastic, so it needs a transmitter to boost the signal.
What's it look like?
Like a transmitter.
In fact, that's really the best part about this opening episode. Every character interaction feels so authentic, hilarious, and meaningful. Rose and the Doctor feel like real people. Rose doesn't worship him after he shows her time travel for the first time. She yells at him, and I love that. I think part of the reason these characters feel like family to so many people is just down to that brilliant dialogue by Russell T Davies. I feel like my own family talks exactly like these characters do. Now, that isn't to say the episode is perfect. Plastic Mickey will forever lessen the quality of this first outing. I mean, look at the guy, come on. I love how they made it like Rose is so engrossed in her own thoughts that she doesn't notice him, but I still love the scene where he goes nuts in the restaurant. That's awesome. In fact, this whole episode just has great scale and action. Everything feels so big, bold, and new, even 17 years after release. With the exception of the Nestine consciousness, the effects actually hold up really well. The fact that it's filmed in standard definition probably helps with that too. So yeah, you did a great first episode, RTD. It only gets better with every rewatch. Some of those casual setups to future episodes make rewatching it even more rewarding, like that reference to the Time War, or my absolute favorite, the hint at the Doomsday theme when Rose steps into the TARDIS. I mean, come on, this is like 2 seasons before she leaves. That's awesome. Amazing stuff. So overall, I'd give this episode a 7 out of 10. Oh, yeah, and before I forget, big rip to Clive. Why did they do my guy so dirty?